No, he put a clamp right here.
Just put it on the thing, okay.
There's a couple I don't know about.
Okay.
Ruth.
I'm sure there's a malt box somewhere, but who is to say it's not over mine?
I don't care either way. I know other people ask me to take it out.
Okay, no flag.
Yeah, that flag's always nice.
That's like the DC thing.
Oh, okay.
When because I lived in Baltimore, we always did flag, but when we went to DC, it was always like, no flag. Okay.
We're over Rough and Tumble Market.
Pardon?
Rough and Tumble Market. I mean that. It's like Philly.
I should just run a cable, you know, and then.
It's on the German cable.
And they'll just do that.
Excellent. Here's a malt box right here.
Yay!
And I would.
Don't
mean,
trust it.
I don't know. It's dusty now. So who's know what really happened?
One, two. Well, I gotta get, I wonder if we should just try the mobile? We just try it.
Well, no, there's like 15 different ones in there, so.
Yeah.
No more injuries.
Plug in, you know, why not? What time is it?
We got 15 minutes.
How you doing?
There's a malt box, but I'm not so sure how good it is. Oh, yeah, where's one? I'm just, there's one here too. I'm gonna, when Chief West gets in. Yeah, I figured when Chief West gets in, something.
So, email him.
Told you, it's all a little messy.
Ruth, if you want to plug it in and see if it's got anything.
It's not, I can't plug in, it's all female Evans.
Oh, it is? That's fine. Do you want to do a...
Pretty decent.
Should we just put it right here?
What's that?
Do you want to just see how the levels are right here?
Yeah. Yeah, turn it on.
Questions?
Go ahead.
Are we going to start on time?
That's why I was writing dummy script.
Yes, we're, okay. But we're going to take it. But Marine's going to, I guess they're going to start the show for a second.
I'm going to bring it up higher.
You Yeah, you can. This is real finicky, so just heads up.
Is there any way to just like
Um,
leave it right here?
yeah, it's all, I give up.
Wait, did you try the other side? There's another malt box behind you where you're.
It's also female.
It's all that one too? Okay. Well then, never mind.
Oh, no, yeah, you can't.
It's a reverse malt box.
Yeah.
Ruth, do you have levels showing up?
One sec. Okay, on the top of it.
Check, check, check. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, something, something.
Yeah, that's good.
Is it hollow? Probably hollow. It's gonna be hollow.
Turn it this way.
Hello. Is that gonna work? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully they talk louder than I do.
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
Thank you.
Right.
Oh, jokes. Wait, for real? I don't know. Oh, okay. Maybe that is not true.
Maybe it's not, way too deep.
I don't know. Oh, dear.
No, we're all good.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm wondering how many.
It's so interesting that like government and red tape, like, oh, we have to wait till tomorrow. Why?
Yeah, it would think so. Somebody thinks build like emergency at the courthouse is okay. Unless it's something to do with his juvenile status.
I'm not surprised that they're calling this. I'm just like, what? What's your update?
Provide.
I mean, we have the update, but maybe they're just gonna like rehash the
Good.
done, the get the name,
Yeah.
why we're not. Why we're like kind of charging him as an adult, kind of charging him as a juvenile. I mean, look, I'm all for that, you know, cops and government leaders like getting in front of shit, but I think it's better PR.
I think you're right. No one says you're not trying to hide anything. Were you there yesterday?
Man, it's in prison. I was surprised. Like a BS story per se, but
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up? It's Andrew. So you can snap my shot. Yeah. Press conference on the Wootton shooting.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
You see?
9,
I appreciate it.
10. Yeah, good times? Okay.
What you say, Josh?
we powered up. I just texted Ashley like powered up.
They should see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see this now.
Okay.
And then for me,
Should be fine.
wait, let me just tell him before I forget. Wait, he's not going to. And me and I can try to get it done. Yeah, thank you.
45 look like, right?
You know what it look like 45?
For Channel 45 in Baltimore? Why?
They keep coming down here and doing stuff like Montgomery County and like.
But we saw the Baltimore Banner people today, which is super interesting.
Where, here?
Well, you were in the courtroom. That reporter, you good, Andrew?
Well, they
You don't answer any more questions.
Oh, was it, Chris Papp?
No. There's some kid named Gary Collins who keeps showing up at like Potomac, and I'm like,
Oh, well, he's a Spotlight in America.
yeah,
That's a Sinclair like national
yeah.
brand thing.
He's the one who chased down the mayor of Baltimore. Was like, why are they wearing gang colors? And the people working. It was like, Gary, it's just blue. Lots of people wear blue. No, yeah, he was at like Potomac in the for that like $1 million squatter home. That was a damn shit up there. Banner's opening in Prince George's County, bro. I mean, I didn't come together. Banner's like, who owns that? It's like one of those journalism grant like built things.
Howdy, Sean Saddam, Assistant Director of Communication. We're going to try to start promptly too. So just so you know, we're
Chief State's Attorney,
Chief State's Attorney right now. Sheriff, wait, this
no
one.
one from the school district?
No, not this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right back. We'll be back.
by.
Stand by, Chief.
Ready when you are. Stand by. Ready. 5.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chief Jason West, Rockville City Police. I'm joined here today by our partners. We're here to give an update on the shooting that occurred at Wootton High School yesterday at around 2:15 p.m. I'm joined by State's Attorney John McCarthy, Sheriff Max Wee, Commander Jordan Satinsky of the Montgomery County Department of Police, and Deputy Chief of Police for Rockville City, Barry Dufek. Yesterday, we responded to the report of a shooting at Wootton High School at about 2:15 p.m. Our officers arrived on scene quickly, and we were able to locate a victim that was in need of medical assistance. First arriving officers provided that assistance. We quickly learned the identification of a possible suspect. That suspect was apprehended a short while later in close proximity to the school. We did not immediately recover a firearm. Rockville City Police detectives worked on this case overnight. They're still working on it today. Late last night, a polymer 80 9mm handgun was recovered. A 16-year-old student of Wootton High School has been charged with attempted second-degree murder, multiple counts of first and second-degree assault, reckless endangerment, and other related firearms charges. As the investigation has continued to unfold, I can report that through the investigation, we've identified a second victim in this case. The second victim did not suffer injury. However, through investigation, we learned that the suspect in the case pointed a firearm at that person earlier in the day prior to this shooting occurring. That victim is a 15-year-old female juvenile. At this time, I'll turn it over to State's Attorney John McCarthy for his commentary.
Good afternoon. My name is John McCarthy, and I'm the State's Attorney for Montgomery County. I'm happy to join Chief West and the men and women that represent all of the other allied agencies that responded so beautifully yesterday to the events at Wootton High School. In this particular matter, there was scheduled to be a bond review today for the 16-year-old who was named as the defendant in this case. However, the processing of that prisoner took past midnight, and it did not allow the bond to be scheduled in time for today's hearing. The bond review in this matter, and it will be for all the same charges that the chief just outlined, the second-degree murder, 2 first-degree assaults, and multiple handgun offenses, will take place tomorrow at 1 p.m. before Judge Glynn, who is a district court judge. Literally, the building in which this is held is probably about 100 yards away from where we are. That bond review will take place at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's already been set a preliminary hearing date in this case, and the preliminary hearing date is for February the 20th at 9:30 in the district court. So there are 2 dates that are here. Now, the defendant in this case is 16 years old. He's charged originally because under the laws that exist in Maryland, if you commit either an attempted first or second degree murder or use a handgun in the commission of those crimes, the original jurisdiction is in the adult court. That is why, despite him being only 16, he is in the adult court based on the way the law exists in Maryland. Interestingly enough, that is what is now being debated in Maryland legislature as to whether or not those laws should be changed and whether or not these matters could be properly handled in the juvenile division of the court rather than the adult system. Again, it's just ironic that this would happen at a time when literally on Thursday of this week, this would be debated in the House of Delegates as to whether or not we're going to change how we would handle these matters, and whether or not that would be an appropriate place or where a child could receive appropriate treatment for whatever led them to become involved in crime. Having said that, I'm going to reserve the remainder of my comments to following the bond review. There will be some comment after Judge Glynn sets the bond in this matter. I will tell you, as of right now, the defendant is being held without bond in a detention facility here in the county.
We had a lot of questions about the coordinated response yesterday, and I'd really like to talk about that for our community. This was a coordinated response between 3 significant law enforcement agencies in this county, the Rockville Police, Montgomery County, and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. In my time as a law enforcement officer, I've never seen such a fluid and smooth operation. We don't want these events to occur in any of our schools in this city or in this county, but I can assure you that if those things do happen, our officers are trained, they're prepared, and yesterday they acted without hesitation. The first arriving officers from all 3 police agencies, without due regard for their own safety, entered that school, and they used their training based on the active shooter protocol. They did not wait in the parking lot. They did not wait for backup. They made entry to save and preserve lives. And for that, I'm extremely proud of everybody's effort. At this time, I'd like to ask Sheriff Wee if he'd give some commentary on that joint response.
Thank you, Chief. Again, good afternoon. My name is Maxwell Wee, and I'm the sheriff here in Montgomery County. First off, let me reiterate our thoughts and support for the victims of this tragic incident, as well as all the students, the staff, and the greater Wootton High School family that's been affected. As the chief said, we are very thankful for the coordinated efforts, the training that we put in on the front end by the agencies here in Montgomery County. I'm so incredibly thankful by our Montgomery County police partners, our municipalities throughout the county, certainly to include Rockville City, as well as the amazing work done daily by our sheriff's deputies. In this specific incident, it's my understanding we had over 15 sheriff's deputies that responded, and that commonality training that we work together before these types of critical incidents, again, as the chief mentioned, we're able to respond as one unified force. And again, I'm very appreciative of all the work that's done by our law enforcement agencies. Thank you, Chief.
Just as a follow-up, the victim in this case remains in stable condition at an area hospital. At this time, we'll take a few questions.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the relationship between the suspect and the victim, or anything you've gleaned from the investigation so far?
So I can tell you the victim in this case and the suspect are acquaintances. We are still investigating whatever that relationship may be, whatever the motive was for this crime.
Can you speak to the 15-year-old as well? Does that mean charges could be upgraded if he pointed a gun at somebody else? And maybe you said this, but the 15-year-old was also a Wootton High School student?
Also a Wootton High School student. We had probable cause to file the charges for first and second degree assault. Whether or not charges get upgraded or downgraded would be left to the good judgment of our state's attorney.
So is that second first-degree assault charge related to the 15-year-old, or both related to the initial victim? And second, was law enforcement aware that he was flashing this gun on social media inside the school before the shooting?
So the second count of first-degree assault, second count of second-degree assault are related to the second 15-year-old victim. As far as what was occurring in that school prior to the shooting, that all remains under investigation by our detectives at this time. Yes, ma'am.
Did the gun pointing incident, was that before or after the actual shooting?
We've learned that that was before the actual shooting.
And was that in a classroom? Can you share where that happened in the school?
At this point, that remains under investigation. I'll take one more question.
Was he wearing an ankle monitor at the time?
Mr. McCarthy?
I have no comment.
Was it a ghost gun?
It was a polymer 89mm handgun, commonly referred to as a ghost gun. That's correct.
How concerning is that?
It's very concerning for various reasons. One, we know that those types of firearms are very difficult to trace if we can do that at all. Part of our investigation will include where did that firearm come from, how did that student come into possession of that firearm, and how did it get into the school.
Where was the student and the gun found? You said, it sounded like you said the student, or the suspect, the shooter, was found outside the school, and I was wondering, was the gun also found outside?
Yeah, the student was located in close proximity to the school. We used a surveillance team from the Montgomery County Department of Police. We were very confident shortly after this incident as to who this suspect was and where he was at the time. That's what led to the very quick apprehension of him. The firearm was not located in the school. It was located late last night away from the school as part of the ongoing investigation.
Any sense of motive in this case, and would metal detectors have prevented this in the first place?
There is the motive in this case is still under investigation. And I believe the superintendent of schools addressed metal detectors and AI technology last night.
Does law enforcement want to weigh in on metal detectors?
Thank you very much.
How do you get this thing loose? Which way to go? I don't know why I'm whispering. That's a great shirt, dude.
Appreciate it.